Hello everyone and welcome to Be on Reddit. I, 26 female, will be co-worker with former friend 26 male who I was abusive towards and bullied him continuously. Original post. I used to be a complete B-word during high school, there's no denying that. I'm very ashamed of the kind of person that I was. It was partly because my parents spoiled me too much with my good looks, which I had out of pure luck and chance, and myself too. I was extremely arrogant and selfish. There was this boy in high school, kind of a loner, always busy studying and doing projects, no friends, getting bullied quite often. He was very intelligent, always the best when it came to grades. I wasn't friends with him, I was one of the cool girls and I only hung out with other cool girls and boys. I was usually the center of attention. There's always a gang of bad girls in schools. I was their leader. I wasn't doing well with my grades, mostly because I wasn't spending time studying and was obsessed with other things. I had the selfish idea of using this boy, so I befriended him and let him close in order to get some help in return with my studies, and he did help me a lot. Sometimes he helped me for hours before exams or coursework, and it helped my grades a lot. His friendship with me made him more popular as well. This kept going for almost 2 years and I knew he liked me, but I never considered that. He eventually asked me out, which I responded horribly to. I laughed at him, told him that he's not good enough for me, and since I didn't need his help anymore, I told him that I only befriended him so that he would help me, not because I liked him in any way. I was a complete B-word. After that, I asked other girls to make fun of him constantly, which made his life difficult. So time passed and I only realized at college what a complete B-word I was to him and other people. I've had therapy and I'm not the same person anymore. So right now I work in HR. I was going through the list of the people who are starting to work for us next week since I'm the person who basically meets them on day one, handles all the process, etc. Yeah, he's one of them. I want to make things right with him and apologize for my horrible behavior, but I don't know how to do that. What should I say? I really don't know. And when should I do it? It will be extremely awkward on day one if he meets me as the person who welcomes him at the door without any prior knowledge. Should I contact him before his first day? P.S. I can't ask someone else to handle him when he arrives on his first day. I'm the only person who has this responsibility right now. TLDR. Friend who I was mean to and bullied during high school is going to be a co-worker and I have to welcome him at work. How do I do this right? Now before the update, OP gives more context on being asked why she never apologized before. I was willing to go apologize to him when I was working with my therapist, but she suggested that leaving him alone is the best thing to do, since he probably has moved on as well. She suggested that I can always apologize if our paths crossed. Update. I'd like to thank all of you who gave me suggestions. Those of you who believed me, those who didn't believe that I was a changed person or doubted my intentions. All of it helped me a lot. I love you all. So I decided to write him a handwritten letter and give it to him on the day he starts and move on professionally to the rest of the day and explain everything in the letter. Since I was the person who was supposed to welcome him to work, that meant it had to be the first thing I was going to do. I took a lot of ideas about what you said to me, so this is the letter I wrote. Hi James, you're probably surprised to see me here. I'm sure I'm not on your list of favorite people to randomly meet. Without any excuses, I want you to know how sorry I am about how I treated you in the past. When I look back at the things I've done, there's nothing in my life that I'm more ashamed of. I can't imagine how it must have been for you during that time, and I don't pretend to understand. I'm just sorry for all that I did. It haunts me every day in my life, and it should. You might think I'm only doing this to seek forgiveness and to feel better about myself, or maybe I want to make sure nothing happens to my job and career. You have every right to think that. But this letter isn't about asking you to forgive me or telling you how much of a changed person I am. That would make it all about me, but this is about you. It's about where we are right now. We're going to be co-workers and I want you to know that I will never ever do anything that might make your life difficult at work. It's funny I say that because my mere existence here will probably cause just that. And even if it doesn't, how can you trust any word that comes out of my mouth? You shouldn't, but that's all I have to work with. I don't know how you think of me at this time or whether you want to talk to me about the past or not. It's your decision and I will comply to whatever you decide. If you decide to not talk about the past at all, I'm fine with that. When I return, we'll go through the rest of the formalities like professional colleagues and we only speak when we have to. If you want to talk to me about the past, that's fine as well. Be assured that it won't be about me. If you need someone to yell at, someone to be angry at, or even a punching bag, I can be those things. You have every right to work in a place that you feel happy and safe, and if my existence threatens that, which is completely understandable, then we shouldn't work in the same place. So if that's the case, just give me the word and I will request a transfer or I will quit. This offer is open-ended. Regardless of what you decide or how you think about me, I genuinely wish you well. These are my contact details. So on the day when he saw me, he was shocked and clearly shaking. When I offered to shake his hand, he was very stressed. I proceeded to give him the above letter in an envelope and then invited him to his desk. I tried to act completely professionally. I gave him the very basic info, then told him that I will be back with the rest of the things in half an hour, to give him time to read the letter and feel more comfortable. When I was back, he was more relaxed. We went through the rest of the stuff and at the end he passed me a note which said 6:30 Cafe X, which is right around the corner. So I went in there and he was there. We sat there for a couple of minutes, not saying anything. Eventually, I asked how he's doing and if he read the letter. Then he burst into tears and I couldn't stop my tears as well. After a couple of minutes, he told me that he was ready to quit on day one if I hadn't given him that letter. I reminded him that I should be the one who leaves, but he told me that it's not necessary. He told me that for a couple of years he wished me dead, and even though he managed to move on, he never stopped feeling angry towards me until he saw me again. We talked more and got everything out. It was almost 9:30 when we were done. The first 2 hours was about our past, but the final hour was mostly a friendly conversation. We didn't talk again that week. This week, one day he approached me during lunchtime and we had a short chat about random things. Today he asked to see me again after work. We had a short chat and he brought up the letter again. Told me that he had time to think about everything. He said that he wasn't convinced that I was changed back then, but now after 2 weeks he's seen me around and thinks that I might have. He told me that he's willing to forgive me and put the past behind us. And we shook hands as friends. Oh, and at the end he said that I owe him a lifetime of favors. I do. I've never been happier in my life and I can't stop crying. TLDR, I wrote him a letter. We ended up talking for 3 hours and letting it all out. We talked again after a few days and a week later as well. I think we're cool. That was the end of the video. Comment down below to share what you thought. Press like and subscribe and click the notification bell for more regular updates. Thank you for watching.